Nature Strip off the rails, and also Holy Seal as they come up towards the turn at the 600 metres. A length and a half Valente, followed by Streets of Avalon and Magnorum. 2 lengths the Regiment, Strella and Frankel My Dear at the end of the field at the dip at the 450. Holy Seal on the inside rallies through to lead Nature Strip at this stage by 3/4 of a length. 2.5 Streets of Avalon, Valente, the Regiment, and they were followed by Strella. Holy Seal given a slap with the whip, but Nature Strip goes on by with 150 metres to go. Wants to lug in towards the inside, but absolutely raced away. Look at the turn of foot here. Nature Strip 4 or 5 lengths in front. Jock puts the whip away. That was superb. Nature Strip by Deer at the end of the field at the dip at the 450. Holy Seal on the inside rallies through to lead Nature Strip at this stage by 3/4 of a length. 2.5 Streets of Avalon, Valente, the Regiment, and they were followed by Strella. Holy Seal given a slap with the whip, but Nature Strip goes on by with 150 metres to go. Wants to lug in towards the inside, but absolutely raced away. Look at the turn of foot here. Nature Strip 4 or 5 lengths in front. Jock puts the whip away. That was superb. Nature Strip by 5 lengths. Holy Seal, Streets of Avalon. Valente, Strella. Might be a humble Wednesday at Sandown, but that was tremendous. Nature Strip away to win $22,000 into the kitty. Ryan Maloney puts the whip away, a little sneak peek over at the screen, and then a little grin. In fact, more than a little grin. 4 Nature Strip, win 3 at start 4. Defeats number 2 Holy Seal.
Race 7 of the Gold Coast, $2 million up for grabs. The 3-year-old guineas at the Magic Millions, and the favourite is the first one we look at, Duff Pirata for Greg Hickman.
3-year-old who only needs to hold his form and get a trouble-free run to prove hard to beat. First,
Fighter, Pinch Passion, just in behind those horses. Seller Girl is back at the tail. Lady of Crabelli and Shogun Sun's out very wide, about 4th or 5th last. It's YPO just in front from Sasso Cabarro. Calculated's been wide. Pirata still back about 6th over on the inside, looking for the way clear at the 325. YPO just in front here from Sasso Cabarro. Next over on the inside, Goodfella. Pirata's got plenty of room to come through, and Calculated's on the outside. YPO's just in front, but here's Pirata. He got the gap and he darted through. Later's Goodfella, but Pirata's in front. He's a brilliant colt on the bonus goes off. Pirata's 1 by length and a half to Goodfella. Third Calculated, Fido 4 St Patrick's Day YPO. Then Shogun's 1.
The richest cheque ever to be presented to winning owners for a Queensland race, $1.6 million going to Pirata.
Came across with luck. I was just in the star ring and I looked over my left shoulder and there he was, and I had to have him. Didn't have a client, paid $160 for him. Erica thinks I'm mad, and go home and you do your best.
Because 160 is a lot, isn't it?
It is when you haven't got it.
One winner, they're expected to put on the barbecue come Monday morning for breakfast, bacon and eggs and the likes, and they're having a good day. Gary Nixon just had a winner in Sydney. Of course, Greg Hickman.
Witherspoon likewise. Secret Lady is going forward, so Secret Lady is now just in front here, passing over on the inside. Jonker, Jonker got skittled. Jonker lost about 3 or 4 lengths there, and F Trooper's burnt clear now. It's F Troop about 5 lengths in front. Sunlight goes up into second, passing Secret Ray, and Crockett's about 5 lengths away. F Troop's in front at the 350, led by about a length and 3/4 here from Sunlight. They're well clear from Witherspoon on the outside. Nomathage, Secret Lady, Merrill's back over on the inside. F Trooper still the leader. Sunlight on the outside's looming up now. It's F Trooper and Sunlight clear from Outback Barbie, but Sunlight has reached the lead now from F Troop. Outback Barbie full as a boot, jumping up out of the ground, but Sunlight for the millions. Sunlight's won it brilliantly by 3 lengths too, full as a boot. A massive run. Third Outback Barbie. Fourth was F Troop, followed by Secret Lady.
Sunlight the filly has won the Magic Millions and won it easily from Full as a Boot, who's...
You need to be ready for a grand final. It is a grand final. It's high pressure. They went out very hard, and she was up in that zone, and then to still finish as strong as she did. Not only is she a star filly, but she had the edge on fitness.
A couple of the Junos were...
Yeah, I was very concerned. I could see something that was going to happen, but I tell you what I took great comfort in was the courage of Luke Curry and his experience. Luke made the decision to go up in there and protect himself, and if had coming out of that would not have protected him. He rode up in there, he used those horses around him, and I think that moment won us the race.
Yeah,
definitely. And back to 235, so
good money around for Vidora. And of course, there was that big 40k bet or $40,000 bet at 280 all in. Where as soon as we open the...
Dave certainly looks the one to beat Vidora. She's a Group 1 winner at a most recent start and absolute.
Half a length away to Egyptian Symbol, and Vidora still back third last, about to get right to the outside. She's still 5 lengths off Snitchcraft at the 375. He's just in front from Dothraki. Vidora out wide. Egyptian Symbol followed by Irish Constabulary and Le Cordon Bleu is the deepest. Snitchcraft is still the leader. Here's Vidora on the outside. She's finishing strongly. Le Cordon Bleu down the outside, but Vidora, she sprints clear with 50 metres left to go. A queue up the minors, but all too classy Vidora. Vidora's won the last by 3 lengths. Seconds a photo between Snitchcraft and Egyptian Symbol. Close up Kaepernick or Le Cordon Bleu for 4th. Next in.
Well, she's a Group 1 horse, and she has played with them in the sprint today. Race.
And the class did prevail, didn't it? She is very, very classy. So who knows what... There's no limit to her sprinting ability.
Well, Bernie...
But it's still hard to do.
Yeah, she loves to run space and she loves to travel the country. There's no doubt about it. Left-hand tracks, right-hand tracks, down the straight. Who cares? She's just a beauty. I thought they slowed a bit for a sprint race here, and Bowditch knew that. He got on his bike before the turn and got her into her rhythm, and I thought it was a smart move. Even though she won with authority anyway, he just took that dangerous part of the race.
Yep, 420 to 340, so a really good late push here. Will be the marker move of the Golden Rose winner, Trapeze Artist.
Is for the Expressway Stakes, feature today at Rosehill for 200,000 at Group 2 grade.
They go inside the 750. Memes keen in the lead by 3/4 to Trapeze Artist, full of running. A couple off to Addictive Nature on the inside of Global Glamour. Ace High and Showtime are the last two. They get down to the business end now on the Expressway, and Memes just leads from Trapeze Artist. Addictive Nature's in a bit of a pocket. Memes is not giving much ground, so Addictive Nature will have to come off heels. Then Global Glamour. Trapeze Artist takes the lead a furlong out from Global Glamour. Addictive Nature and Showtime. Trapeze Artist, they've backed it for plenty, and it's drawn clear in the Expressway. Addictive Nature, Global Glamour, Showtime fight out the minors, but Trapeze Artist, way too good in the Expressway, beats Showtime and Addictive Nature. Then Global Glamour. Ace High got home well.
In September, he trialled brilliantly at Rosehill in preparation for this. The money...
Stardom, Mr. Let's have a look at the market here for the CF4 Stakes, courtesy of Bet365. Tosin Stardom, heavily backed, $4 is your favourite. There's been huge money for him over the past couple of days. Hartnell, second pick, 5, now out to 6.
From Lord of the Sky, who's on the improve now after a tardy get-go. Further back in the field is Tosin Stardom, who's also pushing forward out deep on the track as they reach the 900. From Mr. Sneaky, well back, Abby Marie, 2 lengths Shillelagh. So the front runner is Thronum and then tries to put the brakes on at the 800 metres and leads by about a length. The Lord of the Sky, Tosin Stardom, third, 3 deep. Dollar for dollar, fourth, the inside from Shah Hitzi. A length to Hartnell. Mighty Boss on the inside midfield from Brave Smash. Out deeper, Mr. Sneaky with cover, followed by Jester Halo. The inside is Single Gaze from Abby Marie and 2 lengths Shillelagh. Up around the corner at the 400 metres. It's Thronum, and on the outside, Lord of the Sky. Dollar for dollars poised. Tosin Stardom, 3 deep, roused into it. Followed by Mighty Boss. Shah Hitzi. Hartnell presents down the centre with Mr. Sneaky, followed by Single Gaze. Thronum at the 200 metres from Lord of the Sky. Dollar for dollar behind them, followed by Tosin Stardom, Hartnell and Mr. Sneaky. It's Thronum just in front of Lord of the Sky at the 50. Hartnell's lifting. Hartnell lifting. The big boys come back in style and won it. From Shah Hitzi. Hartnell presents down the centre with Mr. Sneaky, followed by Single Gaze. Thronum at the 200 metres from Lord of the Sky. Dollar for dollar behind them, followed by Tosin Stardom, Hartnell and Mr. Sneaky. It's Thronum just in front of Lord of the Sky at the 50. Hartnell's lifting. Hartnell lifting. The big boys come back in style and won it. From a photo flashing through Single Gaze on the inside, and Brave Smash from the clouds, followed by Thronum, Lord of the Sky in photos. Behind those horses, Dollar for... There she is, and then Thronum. And then behind them, Lord of the Sky and Mighty Boss in a bunch finish. It was a terrific race. Hartnell is the winner.
And he didn't really turn at all, and I was quite worried about him and had to be firm with him a fair way out. And thank goodness he lifted the quality of the horse that he is.
Horses His Highness Sheikh Mohammed has ever had in training in Australia. And he's the horse's third Group 1 since arriving here. But of course, he's been the sparring partner.
He was the one, you know, like I said, 6 months ago, he was the second best horse in the country. Sort of.
As you said earlier in the show, Duff, he missed all the trouble by being out wide, but he was out wide and he was doing it tough.
Yeah, he was, but an uninterrupted run here. And I only put the poll out because I couldn't work out who was the most unlucky. I replayed this race when I got home 10 or 15 times and I'm going, well, that should have won. Then I looked at another one, that should have won, that should have won, that should have won. He dodged the trouble. Hartnell, he's good, fresh, and he gets the job done there pretty well. Look,
he needs urging. There's a couple of little things that you have to squeeze out of him. It's but he's a very talented.
Third, Kementari's holding position, one off the fence, makes Siege of Quebec start his run now a fair way from home. They're followed by Goodfella, Brave Song making the runs together at the 600 and Assimilate sits back at the rear. It's another Sin in front, racing to the turn from Single Bullet and on the outside Siege of Quebec. Three of them across the track. On the inside another Sin being joined by Siege of Quebec. Single Bullet between them trying to rally and Kementari's now slipping off heels into the straight now. Siege of Quebec takes the front. Kementari's giving chase. So's Brave Song and Assimilate to the outside. The siege could be over. Kementari heads it off and burst clear Kementari. Brave Song, Assimilate making ground, but Kementari's off and gone to the Eskimo Prince. Siege of Quebec held second. Brave Song third, followed by Lord Cecil and Assimilate wide out. Further back.
A good colt. I'd like to replay form line from third.
Yeah, this was a very good win. You know, like I thought it was a lovely ride by Glyn because the fence was no good. He drew barrier 3. He just edged and found the dangers back and then come around him. Everything was absolutely perfect in the run, but he capitalised on it. He's always been an exciting horse. In his first prep, we thought,
remains a solid favourite at $4.60. Has been well backed throughout the day so far, and is your market leader. Some others to take.
Keb, then Eshtarak, well back as Vinland, main stage, and Passaro is last. It's Sow into the straight at the 400 metres. Bialict at a half to Scarecrow and Cliff's Edge the outer. Then Embellish Arden Missile. Grunt up the middle of the track from Sunquest, followed next in the field by Mura Keb, and Eshtarak is winding up, but Cliff's Edge at the 200 metres takes the lead from Scarecrow. Grunt on the outside, then Sow. It's Cliff's Edge with 100 metres to go. Grunt wearing him down. Cliff's Edge a fighter. Grunt moves up, takes the lead, and it's Grunt. Grunt 3/4 Cliff's Edge. Third in the race, Mura Keb, or main stage doing a bit late, then Embellish and Scarecrow. Grunt the winner, Damien Oliver. 2 on the bounce. And the 2 traditional races for the 3-year-olds, the Debonair and also the Vanity. Grunt. Real up and in the Rupert Lee colours, win 3 at start number 4, Damien Oliver for Mick Price, who is having
around the mounting yard here for the feature sprint race, the 64th running of the Black Caviar Lightning, and of course named in honour of the unbeaten super champion who had turn it has been with Redzell still your favourite, $1.80 into $1.70, but now slight ease out to $1.75, but does remain
third last, and at the end of the field, Redkirk Warrior onto the course proper at the 600 metres. Super 2 in the middle in front of Ball of Muscle, Haydock, Redzell there outside. They were followed by Terra Vista, Rock Magic, Miss Rock. Out deeper on the track is Four Melody and Sapedo from Redkirk Warrior. 300 metres to go. It's Super 2 under pressure, grabbed by Redzell. McAvoy hasn't moved. Ball of Muscle back to the inside from Haydock, and down the outside Sapedo. Redzell with 150 metres to go strikes the front. Rock Magic late with Miss Rock, Redkirk Warrior, but it's Redzell in front. Redkirk Warrior's flying home. Photo. Oh, it's close. Redzell or Redkirk Warrior. I'm not 2 under pressure, grabbed by Redzell. McAvoy hasn't moved. Ball of Muscle back to the inside from Haydock, and down the outside Sapedo. Redzell with 150 metres to go strikes the front. Rock Magic late with Miss Rock, Redkirk Warrior, but it's Redzell in front. Redkirk Warrior's flying home. Photo. Oh, it's close. Redzell or Redkirk Warrior, I'm not sure. Photo finish in the Lightning. What a thriller. Third Photos, Miss Rock Sapedo there with Rock Magic, followed by Haydock. Redkirk Warrior will get up on the outside. Redkirk Warrior, Regan Bayliss for Hayes and Dabidic has bloused Redzell right on the mirror. What a thrilling race, Redkirk Warrior.
Yeah, he's a high talent, and it's incredible to think that his first start in his life, he won a 2,000 metre race at Newmarket in his maiden. So he's running at half his debut distance, which probably has never been done. and he ran down a champion and ran incredible sectionals to do it. So I think Red Zell lost no admirers, and
when you have a look at his sectionals here, Red Zell doing everything to win the race, and your blokes come home last 800, 41.99, last 600, 31.59, last 400, 21.21, last 200, 10.64. Red Zell's done everything bar win the race. It just goes to show how exceptionally good your horse is here. Fresh, that was an unbelievable win.
It was just incredible because I thought, you know, it was a good margin back to third.
In good ground late there.
Heading to the gates for the light fingers. Let's go to Glenn Munsey now for a market update. There should be plenty to tell us here, Glenn.
Yeah, Greg, I thought this favourite would have kept getting out here. Elise, it got to 225, but they were quite happy to step in at the 225.
Shamook on the outside going to fourth, caught in a three-wire position. Elise Camp right behind the leaders. Then came Yulong Xing Cheng. Further back to Melody Bell, tracking the favourite everywhere she goes. Kangazai back on the fence from Torval, Sasso Kubaro, and Frolic is starting to tack on into the straight, and from within leads from Debonelli. Shamook on the outside going after the leaders, and Elise goes back towards the inside. Coming up to the 250, Elise sprints. She sprints quickly, Elise from Shamook in second. Torval and Frolic down the outside. It's Elise in front. Shamook's coming back on the outside. Elise head in front from Shamook. She's finding Elise, and Elise wins the light fingers first up. Staved off Shamook, and Torval running third. Melody Bell closed off. From further back to Kangazai from within changed tactics, but she didn't see it out.
Elise back in the winner's stall for Glenn Schofield, first up at 220 and 130 for
the market. And all of a sudden that's got that's drifted. That's out to $6 now, Tozen Stardom. So that was the one that was going in, but we've just reduced our percentages, and as you can see, Brave Smash has gone out to $4.20 as well.
So it's Showtime, the front runner for Dwayne Dunn at the 700, 3/4 Mr. Sneaky. Brave Smash third, the inside from Lord of the Sky. Mighty Boss around them, 3 deep. A length and a half to Tozen Stardom, who's tracking the Boss, and then Snit Sun. Further back, Sovereign Nation, Humidor in an awkward place from Windspell and Shillelagh. Up around the turn at the 350. The leader, Showtime from Mr. Sneaky. Brave Smash needs a run. Mighty Boss 3 deep. Lord of the Sky behind them. Tozen Stardom presents to the outside. Humidor behind it from Sovereign Nation. Lord of the Sky. Mr. Sneaky on the outside of Showtime at the 200. Brave Smash gets the run between them. Tozen Stardom the outer. Brave Smash takes Showtime at the 50. Brave Smash burst through. Tozen Stardom late. Brave Smash a half length. Tozen Stardom. Showtime 2 lengths. Humidor 4. Followed by Snit Sun, Mr. Sneaky, Shillelagh, Mighty Boss. Brave Smash 420 and 180 in the end. Tote favourites. And started favourite with bookies after that luckless performance in the CF4. Williams just needed a run at the top of the straight, got it, and he used it. Win 4 at start 20, and so far his biggest.
I thought Humidor, just for a fleeting stride, could have run over the top of them here, but too good, the winner, and just had to get a little bit of luck here, didn't it, and accelerated, used the gap, which was important.
Well, I think it's been great to watch his progress from when we saw him.
At the end of the day, it was just simply all about Written By.
He's a bit like Seapoy, isn't he, this one? He's got explosive gate speed, he kicks off the bend, and he just runs pretty strong overall time.
Offer for the Group 1 Blue Diamond Stakes for the 2-year-olds over 1,200 metres. A fantastic betting race and one of the most open Blue Diamonds in recent years. Bet 365 markets. There's been a lot of support coming through for numerous runners, but there has been one huge go today, and that is for Written By. This morning it was $11 and now into $6.
Part of Grand Symphony, Written By, out 3 deep from Lady Horse Owner, Ennis Hill and Prairie Fire on the inside. They were followed by Plague Stone and Aristocratic Miss. Runnan on the fence midfield from More Than Exceed, Longleaf and a Hood, followed by Encryption, Kinky Boom, En Bahar and Quafila last. Crossing the Abbey at the 550, leads 3/4 Written By. Lady Horse Owner up around the outside, 3 deep from Prairie Fire, stalking them. Then Ennis Hill, next Aristocratic Miss. Further back in the field, Plague Stone, a Hood to the outside, only about 4 off the lead. It's Written By taking the lead at the top of the straight. Written By from Lady Horse Owner, Ennis Hill, Prairie Fire back to the inside. En Bahar late down the outer. Written By at the 200 metres, 2 lengths in front. En Bahar charging on the outside, but it's Written By for Jordan Childs. What a victory, what a moment for the young man. 3 lengths, En Bahar, a Hood third for fourth. Prairie Fire prominent from Encryption, Kafila, Aristocratic Longleaf. Ridden by Jordan Childs. His father, Greg, won the race back in 1992 with Riva Diva. And ridden by, has stormed a victory for trainer Graham Begg, the colt by Written Tycoon out of Yao Chin. Jordan Childs from the outside gate.
Written by had that wide gate, but he's so quick out of the gates, isn't he? You can see him here. Although he doesn't find the fence, what you can see from this angle too is that it is a straight line from the barriers to the bend. So if you can, well, I've got to go now. And that acceleration he showed from that about 300 metre mark was enough to put the race away. Uhud's run on well again. The second.
It's been an amazing betting race this through Bet365. Nearly all runners remain solid except for the 3-year-old filly Booker. She continues to firm and is now at $8. The favourite Russian Revolution hasn't budged from its quote of $4.60. A very open race, and punters are not really sure here for the Group 1 Oakley Plate.
In gold, then Catchy She Will Reign. Second last, Sort of Light Lady Esprit is last. 600 out. Snitty Kitty blazes the trail. 3/4 of a length. Shydell. Russian Revolution moves up. Then Prussian Vixen. Key List to the inside. Away, tracks into it 4 deep from Flamberge, niggled at, then Booker, followed next in the field, then by Illustrious Lad and Rock and Gold. Snitty Kitty at the 300 metres in front, by a length and a half to Russian Revolution, followed by Bonds Away, Booker down the outside, and they were followed next in the field by trying to get through now is Catchy towards the inlet. Snitty Kitty at the 100, Russian Revolution, Hellbent's driving through, they hit the line, Russian Revolution has won it. Russian Revolution from Hellbent, Booker or Snitty Kitty, then Bonds Away and Key Lister and Hellbent together. Further back was Catchy and Russian Revolution at $4.30 and $2. Mark Zara for Peter and Paul Snowden will take the Oakley Plate. From Hellbent or Booker, it'll be Hellbent or Snitty Kitty's there as well on the inside. 3 of them have hit the line for second, and then behind those, Hugh Ellerton and Simon Zara, 2, 8, 4, 18.
Just let him flow into it, and it was any horse's race here at the furlong pole. Like there was a handful of them could have won it, but grit and determination. He stuck his head out at the right time. He's a winner. This horse, 7 from 11. You can't take that away from him.
No, you can't.
When they turn only once at Caulfield, do we tend to overplay it in the lead up to these races?
Yeah, definitely. If you're 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 here at Caulfield, as long as the wind's not against, the wind behind them there today or no wind, just keep them happy and flowing, momentum around that turn, throw barriers out the window, it just creates a better price. And we saw it written by twice now, 3 deep facing the breeze, and you're obviously a bit nervous.
Yeah.
You'd love to be on the fence covering no ground, but it's not a big disadvantage at all.
Yeah, I've got to say,
by Team Snowden here with Russian Revolution. Another one 3 wide, no cover, but trialled up brilliantly for this. His future secure as a stallion, being a dual Group 1 winner now. Where does he go now? Does he go and try and win another Galaxy? Do they take him overseas, Royal Ascot? I don't know. He's a horse that you could do anything now, just plan his future at stud. I'd suggest that's the...
Presented second up. She's got that fitness edge over a couple of these other runners. She's
confidence at the same time. It's another one of these races today that I want to look and learn a little bit as far as the slippers colt. So I'm marking them 4, 7, 1 and 5. I'll stick with this filly Sunlight. I know she's got a little improvement to come, but she has got...
In a sec.
Esther Jarb, no peace, so Neutrality presses on. He's right on the bridle now, a neck in front to Esther Jarb, and Clark takes hold on Sunlight, just getting a nice toe into the race third, and they're beaten off Knievel and Gongs coming to the turn, and Neutrality the outsider, head in front. Esther Jarb still on the bridle, comes back. Sunlight's peeling off their heels, giving chase, and then came Gongs down to the 300. It's Neutrality, Esther Jarb and Sunlight's chiming in now. Neutrality's run its race. Esther Jarb still has gas in the tank. Sunlight the outside goes to it. It's Sunlight and Esther Jarb. The fillies are ripped clear of the field. Sunlight the outside of Esther Jarb. Sunlight had the better run. She's just in front, and Clark gets her home in the silver slipper. Sunlight wore down a game, Esther Jarb, and they finished well clear of the rest. Gongs down Esther Jarb, who was attacked mid-race. The horse that attacked her has finished right out the back from them, and Esther Jarb just toppled by Sunlight. And a good margin to Gongs in third position.
Sydney racing fan, you better get start to be excited about this Golden Slipper, because that Silver Slipper has delivered something special. The Estajab was rest.
You said it. Two outstanding fillies. Look at the gap. Where are they? Where's the rest of them? There they are. And that's
market along with Estajab, and there we see Written By at $6. So the best two-year-olds starting to come to the top of the market as they
race here, and here she comes. She just sat behind them here, relaxed beautifully. She's got a lovely racing brain, this Sunlight. She just does everything perfectly right. Gets the right run, finishes off. I think there's more fitness to come. Than she's probably 6 weeks between runs here, and she must have done well, because Tony's saying another run the week before the Slipper. Estajab lost no admirers here. They run very fast.
And the second last race, in gloomy conditions, light on. Race 7 from Yarra Valley.
Simulate number 8, $31 into $20.
Here, Pirata firms up late. Some big bets for it too. $6 into $4.60 now. So
last 10 off the lead. It's Trapeze Artist on top with the favourite Kamantari breathing down his neck at the 600. Siege of Quebec is being roused along in third. Then Ace High from Brave Song, and now Pirata's being revved up, giving chase to the leaders on the turn. Trapeze Artist. Clark is swinging off it at the moment from Kamantari the outside. Then Siege of Quebec from Ace High, Brave Song, and Parada to the outside. Kamantari's getting serious now. He lays it down to Trapeze Artist. Parada's going to third. 100 out. Kamantari draws clear from Trapeze Artist. Then came Parada and Dargetto late, but Kamantari, great ride by Schofield on the speed, and Kamantari wins the Hobart field. Photo for the miners, Pirata and Dargetto. Trapeze Artist home in fourth. Further back to Ace High.
Yeah, he rode his horse. He didn't ride the map. He just rode him absolutely perfectly when Siege of Quebec didn't, and he put him to bed there at the 150 there. These second and third horses.
Solid market with no significant moves. Cliff's Edge still heads the market now, currently at $4.40. Grunt hasn't moved from $6, now into $5.50. So there
is Grunt about 8 off the lead from Embellished Peaceful State, Mighty Boss, and next in the field is Villamont from Salsa Moore. Well back is Murakeb and Main Stage, and then came Aloysia, Holy Snow, and Mr. So-and-so is last around the corner. 500 metres to go in the $1 million Australian Guineas, and it's Cliff's Edge in front by about 3 legs around the turn. From in second place, Bring Me Roses, who rails through, followed by Addictive Nature. Grunt to the outside from Peaceful State. Main Stage, Villamont into the clear. Cliff's Edge at the 300 metres. 2.5, Bring Me Roses, they're getting closer. Grunt, Peaceful State and Villamont down the outside. Cliff's Edge at the 150. Grunt, Bring Me Roses and Peaceful State. Grunt lifts in the middle at the 50. Peaceful State going with it. Grunt and neck, Peaceful State. Grunt fights, it's a trier, it's a winner. Grunt wins it from Peaceful State, Bring Me Roses, Villamont, followed by Holy Snow. Murakib, Salsa Moore, Embellished Main Stage. Cliff Moore, Embellished Main Stage. Cliff got a lovely run in transit and presented at the right time. Had Peaceful State as a real threat, and they fought out.
1,600 metre horses. You know, they were both good horses on the day. This horse has got 2,000 metres in him, no question. He's probably got 1.5 miles. He might even have 2 miles in him. I'm not sure, but he's just a big, clean-winded, really good colt.
Congratulations, Mick.
An hour away from Winx's return at $1.80. Wouldn't you love that? $1.08 to $1.10 on the tote, and double figures for the rest.
Yep, and
he's on his way from the middle of the theatre, a horse where they gathered a leg for the thrill seekers, Glenn. All is in red.
We're racing. Winx was the last out of the gates. About 3 off the lead. Stampede and Jemadar, the first two into stride, but Stampede has come out like a bull out of a gate. The champ Winx is back second last, 8 lengths off the lead, and Lasquetti Spirit is starting to tack on now. At the 800 metres, Stampede looking to make all. 3/4 in front to Jemadar. Then Classic Uniform from Prized Icon. Vinland moves up into a 3-wide position, followed by Who Shot the Barman, then Libran. Winx is still back second last to the 600 metres, but starting to creep into the race now, and 3 further back to Lasquetti Spirit. On the point of the turn, it's Stampede in front. Classic Uniform comes off the fence. Prized Icon third, and Winx is starting to loop the field. 400 out, it's Stampede in front, but Winx, Hugh Bowman just sitting there like a department store mannequin, hasn't touched the mare, and off she goes. Prized Icon going home into second, and Libran's making ground, but nudge, nudge, wink, wink, away she goes, the champ, and this is an Australian record of 16 Group 1 runs. Winks powers away to beat Price Icon and makes it 3, Chipping Nortons. It's Stampede in front, but Winks, Hugh Bowman just sitting there like a department store mannequin, hasn't touched the mare, and off she goes. Price Icon going home in a second, and Librun's making ground, but nudge, nudge, wink, wink, away she goes, the champ, and this is an Australian record of 16 Group 1s. Winks powers away to beat Price Icon and makes it 3, Chipping Nortons. Classic Uniform third in front of Libron.
She is the best in the world. There are none better. Look at the ease that she does it yet again. 16 Group 1 wins. No horse has done that. She's gone past Black Caviar's record.
They're hanging over the rafters here.
Oh, mate, it's fantastic. Have a look at the crowd. You know, this is what people want to see.
Horses come back, regardless of whether the Winks or who they are. So to see it come back like this is pretty special.
Once again, we're in the presence of greatness, and we saw Winks make it 23 straight and win her 16th Group 1 win in a row. You never get sick of it. Ron Duffus.
He was, Greg, what is it, a 3-year winning streak, and we're not getting sick of it, that's for sure. But, geez, I don't want her to see her travel. I want to have her here. I wanted to see her win another Queen Elizabeth. I want to see her win another Cox Plate, which she can do. Do we want to
remain one day? And Winks went straight past him when he reckons he was, at full throttle and flying. And he's on Prized Icon, which was primed to the minute. And look what she does to him.
I spoke to Glyn yesterday after the race, and he said he just couldn't believe what just happened. He said the way she went past me is as good as she's ever gone, in his opinion. And I think Glyn Schofield's all right. We don't feel for Glyn. All he has to do is open internet back. Gone, in his opinion. And I think Glyn Schofield's all right.
$6 the field now, so we've got a little bit more money back for Merchant Navy. So $6 Merchant Navy. Redkirk's held at $7.50. Brave Smash still there at $8, and Rich Charm got in.
And a few of these are coming towards the outside. Redkirk Warrior's going to lead the brigade over, with also Thronum heading towards the ground, towards the flat side at the 850. The leader is Lord of the Sky from Booker, and Rock Magic the outside from Brave Smash. And then came Rich Charm, Merchant Navy, and Ken's Dream is last of the division over on the flat side at the 600 metres. Over on this side, it's Redkirk Warrior just in front of Thronum, Lucky Liberty and Serpedo, followed by Miss Rock and Catchy, then Fastnet, Tempest and Sosi Bon. Over on the flat side, it's Booker with Rock Magic chiming in. Lord of the Sky, followed by Brave Smash. Rich Charms running on from Merchant Navy. Redkirk Warrior leads the division over here at the 200 metres. Rock Magic and Booker over on the flat side, with Brave Smash coming through as well. Brave Smash descends at the 50, takes the lead. Redkirk Warrior going with it. Photo finish, they're wide apart. Brave Smash, Redkirk Warrior, followed by Merchant Navy, followed next in the field by Rock Magic on the flat side. Serpedo over this side with Catchy. Day tonight is going to nail Brave Smash. And Merchant Navy not beaten that far either in third, and then a further photo for
King Records. He was the first horse in 100 years to win a Newmarket first up last year. He's the first horse to go Newmarket, Lightning Newmarket. There could be more records coming his way.
I think it's just hard to fault his form. You can't really pick a fault in it. Almandan, the Taj Mahal.
And this is the big one of the day, the Australian Cup at Group 1 level. Having a look at the market here, your favourite is Galo Shop, who continues to firm and is now $2.70. Almandan has firmed slightly and is back into $5. The
top. So the leader, the Taj Mahal, but Supply and Demand is forcing the pace and leads by a length and a half to Galo Chop in third. Harlem fourth on the inside as they reach the 900 metres. Further back is Devise, then Ventura Storm and Hartnell. Next in the field is Lord Fandango, who sits underneath Homesman from Single Gaze and Almandan, and Ambitious is last. So they reach the 700 metres. The Taj Mahal and Supply and Demand together, followed by Galo Chop third, the outside of Harlem. Two further back, Devise and Hartnell from Ventura Storm on the rails as they run the corner at the 550. Hooking out deep is Homesman with Single Gaze. Lord Fandango well back. Almandan's going to stick on the inside, and they were followed by Ambitious. The Taj Mahal just in front of Supply and Demand. Galo Shop on the outside is hanging tough. Harlem's trying to bullock into the clear, and then came Homesman down the outside from Lord Fandango. Galo Shop strikes the front at the 200 from Harlem. Ventura Storm into the clear. Galo Shop joined by Harlem. Ventura Storm, Almandan runs up behind them at the 50. Harlem takes Galo Shop. Harlem just in front.
Harlem's won it by a Nick Galo shot. Third on the outside, Ventura Storm from El Mandan. Followed next by Homesman, Single Gaze, Lord Fandango, the Taj Mahal, and then Ambitious and Hartnell. Well back Supply and Demand, and Devise has finished last of all. Michael Walker, David and Ben Hayes and Tom Dabinick. What a day they've had. With Redkirk in the Newmarket handicap, and the same colours have saluted to win the Australian Cup. Harlem, Michael Walker at $50.40 and $8.20 in a blowout result.
I'm sure he would have been strong with clear running, but I can't be critical of anyone that was riding the fence by this stage of the day, because that was the only way you could win a race. So out wide had no hope. I thought Single Gaze, considering the circumstances, was outstanding. But I don't know about that Australian Cup. It's a bunch finish, and I'm fine.
It's out from race number 5, the Challenge Stakes, but there's no sign of the horses as yet. We are in a delay.
Back through the field, and Terra Vista, the last one, as Super 2 makes it a cracking speed as she loves to do. And at the 600 metres, she is low flying. 4 in front of Jungle Edge, 2 after Red Zell as they're well strung out. Further back to the Mission, then came English from Viridine. Takedown, and Terra Vista is the last one, well into the straight now. Blake Shin right over the neck of Super 2. 5 lengths clear, but Red Zell is starting to cut into the margin quickly. It's Super 2, 3 in front. Red Zell goes to second. Nothing making much ground out of the pack. Super 2 still in front, but Red Zell's got her in his sights now, and Red Zell powers away the last of the better. Red Zell goes on to win the challenge from Jungle Edge second. I think Super 2 scrambled into third in front of the 3-year-old Viridine. Then came English from Terra Vista. Further back.
Well, he's now the $8 million man. Red Zell, the Everest winner, is back, and it will be a new track record. A new track record at 55.73.
I think he's rubber stamped himself the best sprinter in the land if he hadn't already. I think, obviously, he's got the 1,000-metre record now, and also the 1,100-metre track record holder at Randwick. That's a feather in his cap. This horse, Jungle Edge, was just unbelievable. You know, a dry track. He's first up at 1,000.
Also hand-timed and not recognised at 55.72. So 55.73, Red Zell is now a new 1,000-metre track record. We go to race number 6, first of our Group 1s today. Canterbury Stakes sponsored.
2 after Derrin and Foxplay last at least 10 off the lead, which is Global Glamour at the 800 metres, trucking along from the Colt Showtime second. Then the filly Tulip third, half the outside to Endless Drama. They're followed by Happy Clapper, 3 back the inside of Invincible Gem. Now Clearly Innocent, just being nudged a bit coming to the bend. Foxplay's improving on the brows, and Derrin sees them all. Coming up to the home turn now, Global Glamour with the uncontested lead. In front from the 3-year-old Showtime, then Tulip, Endless Drama. Invincible Gem gets to the outside, then Happy Clapper. Boy, Clearly Innocent gives away a big start. Global Glamour giving them something to catch. 200 out. Global Glamour 2 lengths clear. Happy Clapper's getting the gap from Endless Drama. Then came Invincible Gem. Global Glamour still in front, but here comes the Clapper. Happy Clapper moves up, takes the lead, and Happy Clapper wins the Canterbury Stakes. Ran down Global Glamour. Invincible Gem third, then Endless Drama from Tulip. Clearly Innocent, never really comfortable today. Then Showtime from Foxplay, and Derrin was last in.
What a beauty. What a beauty. Happy Clapper wins another Group 1 to add to his Epsom. He won first up last preparation in the Tramway. He loved the fast pace set by Global Glamour, and the big boy over the top of them, Blake Shin and Pat Webster, combine with Happy Clapper in the Group 1 Canterbury Stakes. Happy Clapper has broken the track record, 1:14.25, 1:14.25, the previous track record at 1:14.59 held by Super X, and it smashed the race record held by Cosmic Endeavour. Around the top at 1 point, but he had plenty of clear running halfway down the straight.
Yeah, and then he just did his thing, didn't he? It's an outstanding return. Look, he'll be given every opportunity to win the Doncaster Mile this year, and he has to be obviously a live chance there. He's 2 runs back. He's up to a mile now, and hopefully he's very versatile, and just that acceleration factor that he's got. If he can bring...
Actually be a little bit better than some of the the general type of horse that we get in the Randwick Guineas. It's sort of like a pyramid.
It's the 100-to-1 pop in front. Condor at the 1,000 by a length on Trapeze Artist. Peaceful State well positioned third on the inside of Siege of Quebec. Then came Parada on the inside of Ace High. Further back to Kementari and the running line on the outside of Chaonic at the 750. Further back to Sully. D'Argento starting to creep a bit closer on the outside of Capital Gain. Then Age of Fire from Tangmere and Tangle the last one. They've got 600 metres to run. And Condor and narrow leader from Trapeze Artist. Then Siege of Quebec. Angling gets going early on Ace High, sooling it up 4 deep around the turn. Then Peaceful State from Parada. Further back to Chaonic and Kementari gets to the outside. Coming up the rise now. Siege of Quebec sustains the run. Going to join Trapeze Artist. Ace High's battling now. Kementari to the outside and further back to Parada. Kementari gets going now at the 150. Kementari dashes away in the Randwick Guineas from Trapeze Artist. Parada fighting out second and third, but it's a favourites victory. Kementari beats Parada. Trapeze Artist third, and I think Ace High may have grabbed fourth, just in front of Siege of Quebec. Followed in by Chaonic, then Condor from D'Argento.
He's the real deal. He can run a mile. He wins a Group 1. Kementari in the blue Godolphin colours. Glyn Schofield. Doncaster next. 240, 140. Kementari beats Parada the same way they finished in the Hobartville. And Trapeze Artist is third in front of...
Class horses have just about finished the first three, and I think the two picks of the yard fought it out there and 1-2. You know, Kementari, he's a mouth-watering colt. He's silky smooth, and he's
lovely, patient ride by Schofield. I must say he's getting on beautifully with this horse at the moment. The confidence is oozing through with horse and rider. When he presses the button here at the 175, it's all over, and away he goes. He's he's an outstanding prospect, isn't he? Well, whether he goes to a Doncaster mile, I'd suggest probably yes, if he does well.
Grandad Rosehill is the Far Lap Stakes. Shamook, the Brassel on top at 235 to 270 on track. Good support for Holy Snow. Blake Shin, Mick Price, 850 into 550 best back.
Snow, Murikaba and Unforgotten is the last one. Down the side, it's the favourite in front, Shamook, by a half length on Hayam resuming today. Calculated leaders back third, inside Renewal. Then came Sanction from Perret, further back to Octobello being nudged along. The stablemate Holy Snow went straight past it, and further back in the race then to Murikaba and Unforgotten as they race to the corner. 4.25 out, Shamook under a hold. It's got Hayam beaten, then came Calculated. Renewal's been cuddled down to the 300, and Holy Snow sustaining a run down the outside at the 250. Shamook in front by 2 lengths on Holy Snow. Then came Renewal and Hayam. It's Shamook in front from Holy Snow. Unforgotten with late headway. Holy Snow grabbed the front from Unforgotten. Unforgotten going to Holy Snow. Unforgotten got up. Unforgotten bloused out Holy Snow. Hayam third, Shamook in fourth, followed by Renewal, then came was the last to finish, and there you go. Unforgotten trialled on Thursday to get the ticket back to the races, and bang, it's won the Far Lap.
That is exactly what happened, Darren. Unforgotten pulled up with cardiac arrhythmia. At its last start, the steward said, you've got to go back to the trials. It did that. It did that on Thursday, and Chris Waller's backed it up pretty quickly. Didn't do a lot in that trial, Duff, and has worn down Holy Snow right on the line.
Yeah, she's trialled. We was only over a short distance, enough just to get her stimulated and make...
Not quite sure what to do here. Secret Agenda was holding favourite all the way through, but from that awkward draw and the way the track's racing tonight, the second guessing what Ollie's going to do. So out to 550. Equal Now She Will Reign. We've heard from her inside gate she's going to roll forward. Touch for the cracking betting race. Hal Bent gets back. 650. Out to 950. Wow.
Still a length away. She Will Reign. The Glamour filly gets up on the fence to be running fourth. Bonds Away Park behind those as the speed came out of the race. They're at the 600, 2 lengths away. Catchy Pariah. Hell Bent's a length away. Then came well out of it Serpedo. And last of all is Furic Thronum held together from Secret Agenda as they near the corner. Rock Magic about to be popped. The question 3 wide. Hell Bent's blazing around the field from the back. He got Bonds Away to get coming out early. She Will Reign came off the bed, and then Catchy Thronum in front on the final corner. He got away from Secret Agenda. He led the mare by a length. Hell Bent wide out. Bonds Away and Rock Magic and Serpedo running on. Hellbent's going after Thronum. Thronum the front runner. Hellbent is burning grass. Hellbent charged up on the outside and goes one better for Williams. Magnificent. Hellbent wins the William Reid from Thronum. Well, he's just got that Group 1 turn of foot. He hasn't won a race for a fair period of time, but he hasn't had much racing. And his form coming into the race this year was every bit as good as it was last year when he ran second.
Look, he's been so unlucky in a few Group 1s, Hellbent, and this was his moment. He come with that real big sprint that we know he's got, and he gets the job done. Darren Weir's done an amazing job, just setting him and getting the job done so close probably to the next breeding season.
Run off the good draw. She'll handle the soft conditions. Run last time in the Australian Cup was outstanding. So I think she can roll. A Galo Shop with the right run here.
Look, he hasn't got a lot of Australian wet track experience, but his wet track form in France was second to none. They say he's a real mudlark.
Chop, she came down the slow zone. And then we've got Harlem, the winner of the race, of course, had all favours. Venture Storm out of that race too.
All right, at Rose Hill.
Racing with the Group 1s and the Rough and the first of them, the Ranvetter. And Galo Shop in classic uniform. Down the side section of the course now, 800 metres to run. Classic uniform still under a good hold. Leads out from Galo Shop. O'Hara pulls out on single gaze, just inching closer now in a three-wide position. This allows Harlem to go up the fence, improving on the inside of Prized Icon. Further back to Ventura Storm, Saracen, and Consensus is giving a bit of ground. The field bunches coming to the turn, and Galo Shop moves up on the outside now to rest the lead. Single Gaze the outside giving chase. Galo Shop a half in front to Single Gaze. Clear from Prized Icon running on. Galo Shop at the 250. A length clear from Single Gaze. Then Prized Icon, Consensus making minor headway, but big Galo Shop in charge with 100 metres to run. Prized Icon, Single Gaze fight out the second end of the prize, but Galo Shop takes out the Rambert. Single Gaze fought on for second in front of Prized Icon. Photo for fourth, Consensus and Saracen.
G's on a roll. Darren Weir, a Group 1 last night with Hellbent, and now Galo Shop goes into the Group 1 winners list here at Rosehill Gardens today. Number 1, Galo Shop, Mark Zara and Darren Weir combined for our first Group 1 of the day.
Heard that he was a really good wet tracker in Europe, and he's shown that today, just streaked away from Single Gaze and also Prized Icon. I think it was a case of best horse, the one who had no luck at all and was taken on and ran enormous in the Australian Cup, probably unlucky not to win. Best horse beats second best horse, Single Gaze. Third best horse, Prized Icon, runs third.
Chris Waller, the trainer, going for their third Group 1 George Rider.
Yeah, we're running out of things to say. It just gives you goosebumps when you see everyone out with their phones out, taking videos of her and just capturing us from a spell as the champ gets a big chair, just cantering past the winning post there, going.
So Ben's now officially on.
Sorry, not today. Overall, about three-quarters of that today.
The Lonhro Colt, Kementari, a length further back to Winks, and Clearly Innocent is back last. They've gone past the 800 metres now. It's Invincible Gem, a length and a quarter in front to Happy Clapper. So Invincible Gem ups the speed at this point. 2.5 further back to Kementari. Winks gets going on the outside from Crack Me Up, and Clearly Innocent last. Invincible Gem is trying to slip away on the turn. 2.5 clear from Happy Clapper. Here's Winks moving up on the outside, and Kementari, the Colts trying to go with the champ. Invincible Gem, 3 lengths clear from Winks, getting into her work now. She went straight past Kementari. Happy Clapper's running the big race today, but Winks moves up now at the 150. Heads off a game, Happy Clapper. Kementari gets going late, but Winks is edging clear for a world record of 17 Group 1s, and Winks wins it by 3/4 to Happy Clapper. And a game, Kementari. Crack Me Up in 4.
How are they ever going to beat her? Happy Clapper, he tried hard today. Sea of blue as they hit the line. Winks, Happy Clapper, Kementari. She's done it again. 24 in a row. Black Caviar's record of 25 awaits next start, but 17.
You're a great horse.
My pony.
A massive crowd at Rosehill Gardens to see a champion. Some seeing her for the first time perhaps today in the... Sydney really appreciated.
There wasn't the pressure. This is clever riding by the opposition. The way to try and beat Winx, it doesn't work, but the way to try and do it is make it a low-pressure contest, and then she has to try and out-sprint you, because if it's a test of stamina, she's just going to flog you as she does every time. She did out-sprint them, though. From the 400 to the 200, she broke 11 seconds. That's phenomenal. How good of a horse is Happy Clapper? He's a star. Look at how good he is, holding off a good 3-year-old in Kementari, who put in
respect yesterday by getting so close to her.
Well, they're good horses. The opposition are dead set good horses. We're talking about this is more or less all. Even Crack Me Up's gone well here. This is serious form for the Doncaster Mile.
She was amazing. I guess just one point I would...
Coming up in 2 weeks. Slipper Candidates coming down the race here in front of a massive crowd at Rosehill Gardens.
5, 2, 10 and 1 our numbers. So on top, Performer ahead of Santos, Sunlight and Written By.
Right.
Runs to the gates. They're off and racing down. The Slipper. Quifilla's back last. And Esther Jarb flew with the lead. She's going to lead. Sunlight is poking through together with Written By and Sandbar as Esther Jarb's trying to cross the leaders. Followed by Sizzling Bell. Then came Santos from F. Secret Lady. Performers back second last. And Longleaf's at the rear. Esther Jarb eventually found the front from Written By and Santos working on the outside. Then Sandbar on the inside of Sunlight, and further back then to Fiesta as they turn the corner. Esther Jarb in front from Written By and Santos. Sunlight, Fiesta and Seabrook to the outside. Sandbar back to the rails. Esther Jarb still the leader from Written By Santos. Sandbar up the inside. Our Merton's closing up. Hood's getting a gap. Esther Jarb with a good kick from Written By. Esther Jarb in front from Written By. A Hood on the inside's closing up. Esther Jarb in front from a Hood. Esther Jarb hanging on from a Hood, and Esther Jarb led all the way in the Slipper, just beat a Hood. Sunlight, I think, third in front of Written By, followed then by Seabrook, our Merton, Sandbar on the fence, Prairie Fire and Quafela. The Hawks have done it. A classic ride by Brenton Avdulla. His first Golden Slipper victory, and the raw emotion there of the Hawks boys, Wayne and Michael. And Brenton Avdulla, a perfect ride by Brenton. She flew the leads as she can do. A herd.
Tears of joy from the brothers, Wayne and Michael Hawks, with their father, John Hawks. They've won another Golden Slipper in the same colours as...
Excuse me. Yeah, she did, you know, like she drew the outside barrier. And for Brenton to do what he did, he summed it up. And the greatest shot.
Much to use. Written By in fourth. 1:12.01 officially the time. Home in 34.4. Was getting close to the finish line. Guys, can you remember the feeling? Can you just take us back 12 hours or so to what you guys were feeling as you're watching her coming up the straight in a fight?
You go. Go, you. Yeah, honestly, we actually went and stood in the same spot.
And all the prize money that she's earned, she's obviously a very good filly. And to cap off the fillies trifecta, Sunlight's been very, very good all the way through. Written By was the first colt home there.
If she can do it, maybe it's this race, maybe it might be the next race. For the time being, I've got her on top. We'll go 3, 2, 1 and 10. And she's coming out of an excellent...
He hasn't in. There's Ball of Muscle with Jason Collett drawn the rails. Behind the gates, it's definitely raining over there in the back straight. And we are...
Now, they're off and racing. English missed the start and Ball of Muscle flew out off the... Ball of Muscle is the front runner into the first bend of the 750. Jungle Edge strides to second. Snitty Kitty third. 2 after takedown. Then in her time, drifting back a bit on the outside of Lady Esprit. Then Viridine going through the centre. A length off then to Lure Remain. 2 after English Darren. And the Mission's the last one. Coming around the turn. Ball of Muscle, the front runner from Jungle Edge. Snitty Kitty going to third. About 4 lengths further back to Viridine. And in her time, being confidently ridden. Ball of Muscle still the leader. It's got Jungle Edge beaten. Viridine to the inside, and in her time to the outside. Here they come. In her time, sweeps to the front and kicked away from Viridine. In her time, a length clear. English is charging home late. In her time, in front from English, and in her time, first up takes out the Galaxy for Zach Purden. English are cracking second, Viridine third. Then Snitty Kitty from the Mission. Further back to Ball of Muscle, Jungle Edge, the market new. Further back.
There you go. In her time has has won her Group 1, and so has her young trainer, Ben Smith from Newcastle. In her time.
Side here, but look, take nothing away. It was all about the winner here. She's an absolute star.
And Zach Purton flies in from Hong Kong and grabs a Group 1 and gives Ben Smith his...
This afternoon was the Galaxy. Taken out by In Her Time was first up for Ben Smith. She was heavily backed late, and Viridine is in the Godolphin colours, also met with support.
Good speed in this race, wasn't there? Ball of Muscle, Jungle Edge, up on pace as well with Snitty Kitty, and she just sat back, stalked the speed and let down with a strong sprint to get home over the top of Viridine, who loomed at the top of the straight like he might be able to win the race, but she was too classy. English rattles home in for second. She's running her typical good race.
The Tancred Stakes, 2,400 metres, a Group 1.
Hold out to make it the quick Group 1 double from the Melbourne Cup winner of 2 years ago, Mandan, who's prepping for the Sydney Cup.
6 on with Mandan here. He's a class stayer. We know that. I think a triple
back last. This 100 to 1 shot is running a big race in the lead, going inside the 800. The Squiddy Spirit 3 lengths clear from Galo Shop, and Ambitious keeps improving ground, going to third. A half the outside to our Mandan. Now Single Gaze pulling to the outside. Hara really building up the revs there. Harlem going through the centre from Ventura Storm. Who shot the barman? Aubrey sees them all coming around the turn. Galo Shop makes the move now and takes the lead with our Mandan going to a clear second. Ambitious third, 300 out. Galo Shop in front from our Mandan. Then Ambitious, Harlem and Single Gaze. Our Mandan's running the big race. Goes after Galo Shop. It's our Mandan and Galo Shop. Our Mandan gets his head in front. Aubrey's flashing home. Our Mandan's drawn clear. Who shot the barman? Aubrey late, but our Mandan takes out the Tancred. Ambitious kicked on for second from Who Shot the Barman, grabbing Galo Shop for third. Then Single Gaze from Aubrey. Harlem, Ventura Storm and
Mandan wins the Group 1. Karen McAvoy back on board, the man that rode him to win a Melbourne Cup. And he wins a Group 1 over the 1.5 miles at Wait for Age in what was a thrilling contest today. Second, we'll wait for the number. Often, we'd like to see more of them, but when they do come, they rarely go home. And Might and Power and Mackay Diva, and Almaden goes on the list as well.
Yeah, he does. Look,
have a look at the Sydney Cup market now. On the back of his win, he is firm from $8 into $3.50. 151 with 7. This is the Harold's Australian Derby, 2,400 metres.
Outstanding performance last time in defeat. I think he can claim the Victoria ATC Derby here race high, but Furor's run was...
Win in the Tulloch Stakes, but I don't think he really needs to. He's a lovely staying type and he should get a...
6 into 5, Furor, 7.50 and a point and a half to $6. Lavendi, further backed, $11 into $7. They're the cheap.
Vinderdance back a slot to 5th, 2 further back to Ace High. England's got options there for the inside or the outside. 2 further back to Weather With You, then came Endowment. Belfast is covering plenty of ground at the 900 metres, followed by Mongolian Conqueror. Lavendi's a lot further back today. Then came Mission Hill from Astoria. Further back then to Passaro on the fence from Tangled, Mongolian Marshall, and Salsamore sees them all. 600 metres to run. Capital Gain, main stage. Vinderdance, Furor, Condor behind them. Ace High's pulling to the outside. Then Weather With You, Mongolian Conqueror looking to slice through the field as they straighten up now. Then came Endowment. Into the straight main stage in front from Vinderdance and Ace High charging in from Furor. And Lavendi's coming from further back. Down to the 250, Ace High in front. Lavendi's the big danger. It's Ace High half in front to Lavendi. They're broken clear for a great start. Lavendi moves up to Ace High. Ace High won't sit down. Lavendi the outside. Lavendi and Ace High. Nose and nose battle to the line, and it's a photo. Nothing between Ace High and Lavendi. Broken clear for a great start. Lavendi moves up to Ace High. Ace High won't sit down. Lavendi the outside. Lavendi and Ace High. Nose and nose battle to the line, and it's a photo. Nothing between Ace High and Lavendi. Many lengths away, third to Tangled. Then came Tide nose down. Lavendi comes back. They hit the line. Lavendi on the outside. Looks as though it might have got up. It could. Mahogany and Dulcify were the last two to
do the double. Ace High was denied by what looks to be a nose, and it is. It's a nose. Here's Lavendi coming back.
Will be outstayed with about 50 metres to go, but he had another dive and got the bob in, and that was a. And then then the pain barrier with the staying prowess of Ace High kicks back. He's in front, a stride before and a stride after the post, but that's a pretty good training performance from the Galagotis boys, Team Galagotis, because they've got the out of it.
All right. Royal Randwick, the TJ Smith runners are in the yard. Corey Brown is out.
Werribee, hope to squeeze it in first.
Got her claims.
Definitely a lot stronger this
here. 8 on top in her time.
Within her time, so in her time is going to settle second last. Redzel leads out narrowly from Jungle Edge and Global Glamour. Then Takedown from Fell Swoop. Trapeze Artist off the track. Then Brave Smash on the inside of the Mission. Le Remain, and the girls are back in the field in her time, and English will have to come around them. Coming to the turn, Redzel, the favourite, leads out by a half on Jungle Edge. Global Glamour third. Trapeze Artist has been wide. Then Takedown from Fell Swoop. Brave Smash is looking for runs. Further back to Le Remain. English to the outside. In her times in a traffic jam as Redzel zips away at the 200 from Trapeze Artist, who's sticking on. Trapeze Artist going after Redzel. Redzel a neck in front, a head in front. Trapeze Artist goes past him, and Trapeze Artist takes out the TJ. Big win, Trapeze Artist from Redzel, and in her time, no luck at all in third, followed by Le Remain, then the Mission. A good gap. It looked as though we might have been in for another ding-dong battle in the Group 1, but no, Trapeze Artist sidled up and crunched Redzel. Dominating victory there, with Trapeze Artist taking it out. Now we've been to Trapeze Artist, Ty England for Gerald Ryan. What a dominant victory.
For the second time
there, he had good support on track here, and like you said, he is a giant killer. When you least expect
40 to 1, he was nowhere near that price yesterday, but he wasn't favourite. He was about $9-10.
He was well tried though, in obviously a good race, but boy, geez, he can produce a performance, this horse. I think you described him as a giant killer yesterday. That's exactly the way to describe him. He's a brilliant horse when he's right, and he was certainly on his game yesterday. Look, he's been patchy, like they stretched him up to a mile, and
Big Clapper on top, number 3, 3, 9, 11 and 4. Tony's thoughts on the Star Doncaster. We'll hear from him a little closer to start time. Let's get to Kembla for the
consenting endless drama. Great roughie to include at 20 to 1. Happy Clapper will run his usual on this race, and Invincible Gem. Yeah. Gates open, racing, Tosin Starden hopped up in the air at the start. He's going to settle last. Mr. Seawolf taken back, and D'Argento as well. Happy Clapper jumped away well. So did Kementari. And D'Argento's back last of all. Tom Melbourne moved around the outside to go and join Beats him in the lead. It's on at the 800 metres. Invincible Gem, Happy Clapper with nice runs behind. Followed by Coming Through. Kementari, one off the fence. Prized Icon further back with Endless Drama. Then Cool Chap from Humidor, Egg Tart, Tosin Starden, Crack Me Up from Lanciato, Mr. Seawolf and D'Argento's last. 500 metres to run. Beats him, and Tom Melbourne having an arm wrestle for the lead. Pulling out now is Invincible Gem. Coming through, Happy Clapper back to the inside. Kementari looking for gaps as they come up the rise. Happy Clapper hard up the fence. Happy Clapper joins Beats him and Tom Melbourne. Coming through, Kementari needs to left. Happy Clapper the 175, trying to fend them off. Happy Clapper in front from Coming Through. Beats him. Lanciato late, but Happy Clapper runner-up for the last 2 years. It's his day today. Happy Clapper takes out the Doncaster. Beat Coming Through and Beats him. D'Argento flashing home late. Come up the rise. Happy Clapper hard up the fence. Happy Clapper joins Beats him and Tom Melbourne. Coming Through. Kementari needs to left. Happy Clapper the 175, trying to fend them off. Happy Clapper in front from Coming Through. Beats him. Lanciato late, but Happy Clapper runner-up for the last 2 years. It's his day today. Happy Clapper takes out the Doncaster. Beat Coming Through and Beats him. D'Argento flashing home late, followed by Tom Melbourne, Humidor, then Lanciato from Cool Chap, Kementari, Egg Tart next from Crack Me Up, Prized Icon.
He's run second in 2 Doncasters. He's run placings in Group 1s. He got that Group 1 in the Epsom, and he got one in the Canterbury Stakes. But to win a Doncaster, one of the great races on the Australian turf, It's the fastest Doncaster in history. Belmira Lad has held this Doncaster record since 1979 at 1.
Hides and around a week ago, or close to a week ago.
And 7.
Week about Viridine at present, $4.20, and that's out from being a $3 chance this morning. In from a high of 13 to 9. Pariah's been easy, $6.50.
From She Will Reign, the favourite is second last Viridine, and Catchy being ridden cold at the rear. 800 metres out, and Hootson's got the lead from Booker and Paras the outside. Showtime behind them in fourth. They're followed then by I Am Excited on the inside of Pariah. Further back to She Will Reign. Viridine strung up in traffic with Catchy moving up on the outside of the favourite. Coming to the home turn now, and Hootson full of running. Leads by a half length on Booker and Paras. I'm Excited peeling out. Pariah is next. Catchy to the outside, and Viridine's riding for luck back through the field. He's going to need the gaps to open up. The field really bunches up, and Catchy comes from last. Catchy makes the move to hit the front. 250 out from Showtime. Hootson, I'm Excited. Viridine's all strung up, but Catchy's drawn clear from I'm Excited, Showtime, and Catchy too good. Catchy wins the Arrowfield from Showtime. Then I'm Excited third, followed by She Will Reign Booker. Has Viridine got out yet? Further back to Pariah from...
Catchy sweeping down the outside has won the Arrowfield 3-year-old sprint, racing away from Showtime, and I Am Excited. And
probably the story of the race. He was easy in the market, Viridine, but look, who knows what would have happened. I suspect he would have won. I just thought he had so much to offer there, and he was going to burst through if he got through there, but obviously it just didn't happen.
There's been no real significant move, although as I speak now, 5.50 Aloysius. So the Firma Late has been number one.
Admirations last about 14 lengths from first to last, and Hayam making it a real staying test of the 900 is 2.5 lengths clear from Chili Cha-Cha. 3 off to Contessa Vanessa, then She's a Treasure. Further back to Savvy Cope, no change to the order from Dance Dance Dance. They're followed then by Unforgotten, just being felt for coming to the turn where Bring Me Roses the outside, and still 3 further back to Lover Lover. Hayam is full of running at the 500 metres. Now Michael D tries to go for home. She's 3 lengths clear from Chili Cha-Cha. Then Contessa Vanessa. Savvy Cope going up the fence. Unforgotten pulling to the outside. 5 off, but she's letting rip with a big run now. I Am down to the 250. A length and a half clear. Unforgotten is throwing out the lasso, and Unforgotten moves up to I Am. They're broken clear, but Unforgotten gets the other hand now and starts to edge away. And it's a favourite's victory in the Australian Oaks. Unforgotten by a length to I Am. Miss Admiration third, followed by Bring Me Roses. Then
Huey Bowman has won his 5th Australian Oaks on Unforgotten, reeling in the leader High Arm, and wins by a length. Huey Unforgotten, set up by that very good pace by High Arm, has run a race record.
Just a little worrying signs of the first run back and a couple of trials, but this filly's got a huge future. She could go all the way. She's run as fast a time as we've ever seen in this Oaks by panels, by 10 lengths. High Arm was so good. One brave filly with her racing style there.
And based on this level of competition.
There goes Winks. I think you've said enough, haven't you, Duff and Lizzie?
Yeah, I think she can do the talking from now on.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it all up to her.
And a real roughy consensus for Steve McKean, Jason.
9142 our numbers, so I wouldn't say he's an arch rock.
9, 1, 4 and 3.
Well, there she is. Can she make it 25 wins in a row today in the Queen Elizabeth? Can't remember the last time she was this price. $1.22.
The Longines Queen Elizabeth Stakes, and they're off and racing. And a good line out, Galo's Shop in particular with Classic Uniform and Consensus showing speed. Winks is back last. In the early stages, Galo's Shop presses on with Classic Uniform, Consensus, and at 8 lengths off the lead, which is Galo's Shop, a real 2,000 metre specialist. Galo's Shop leads at the 1,000 by a length on Odeon. Consensus tucked away third, then Classic Uniform further back to coming through. Now starting a bit of a run here is Williams on Ambitious. He's making the move a fair way out, and he sends the stallion Ford Ambitious around the outside of the field. Then coming through Success Days, Humidor shuffle back a bit. Happy, Clapper and Winks, they're both back last as they go to the 600-metre mark. Galo Shop leads narrowly from Classic Uniform the outside, and Ambitious striding up on the outside. They're followed just behind them then to Odeon from Success Days coming through. Consensus, Winks getting to the outside. Humidor the inside of her. Happy, Clapper needs luck as they straighten up. Galo Shop tries to kick. 3 lengths clear, but Winks is getting into her work, and they're broken clear from the rest. Galo Shop in front, but Winks moves up on the outside. Winks takes the lead from Galo Shop, and here's a second Queen Elizabeth. This is a silver jubilee moment on the throne for 25 consecutive wins to equal the record of the Great Black Caviar. Happy, Clapper needs luck as they straighten up. Galo Shop tries to kick. 3 lengths clear, but Winks is getting into her work, and they're broken clear from the rest. Galo Shop in front, but Winks moves up on the outside. Winks takes the lead from Galo Shop, and here's a second Queen Elizabeth. This is a silver jubilee moment on the throne for 25 consecutive wins to equal the record of the Great Black Caviar. Wins it easily. Galo Shop held second. Happy, Clapper third. Humidor got going late for fourth. Then came coming through. Good gap back to Consensus from Odeon. Classic Uniform. Ambitious couldn't sustain the run, and Success Days last.
They stand together for a moment in time, 25 each. Joins Black Caviar. Just for a moment, Duff, they're together in the history books.
Wow, what a moment. A few people very nervous about her today. But what will we...
A dozen or more lengths from the 1,000. But she's just an exceptional athlete, and she creates so much attention, and I'm just so elated. I'm so proud of her. So
straight. Every bit of Raw Randwick is going to soak this in. They're standing here and they're applauding a champion. She could go round again, Duff.
Oh, isn't that just great? Just hearing the reaction she gets from a crowd. I just love that.
I'm doing the Chris Waller now.
Mate, you've held it together for 25 starts, or 24. You're allowed to go one day.
This is just the best. This is the best feeling. The best horse in the world, ridden by the best jockey in the world, trained by the best trainer in the world. We just can't get it any better than that for racing.
Why is today special?
Yeah, so she has to be pretty special to win the way she does, and she just won with a bit of arrogance again. She just keeps lifting to those big occasions.
What were you thinking today?
Humidor, and has beaten them easily, running away. She's just a star. She's the best there is at the moment. I'd be staggered if there's a horse in the world that could beat her, and just another outstanding chapter in her book.
Yeah, surely they've got...
Even though she matched that magic 25 yesterday with Black Caviar, but just the moment and how lucky we are to have two champions so close together in our lifetime. It's just amazing.
Back-to-back Chile. How many times you watched that last night?
Only the once. I've seen the ending a few times, but to watch her again from the beginning is pretty exciting.
Even now, Sunday morning, it affects you like that?
Yeah, it does.
Really?
The Queen Elizabeth.
That's her. That's her champion quality, and the way that she can pull a sectional out in a staying race of our best sprinter. You know?
It's the each way play to beat our Mandan, loft up on the speed, and the way Who Shot the Barman went the other day, surely this will be his last Sydney Cup appearance, and who knows, he may well go to win a bit. All for
inside. Normandy led with the barrier blanket on.
Here for the Schweppes Sydney Cup. $2 million purse nowadays, $1.16 million for the winner. Our Mandan, $370 to $390 the favourite.
Followed by Admiral Jello, then Sir Charles Road, 5 to midnight. Lasquetti Spirit, well, it's taken her long enough to get going. She does that now at the 900 metres. She's normally a lot closer than this. Further back then to Olmito, as the field bunches a bit, Ventura Storm tries to get going. Now Mandan pulls wide from Lebron Aubray. Further back to Zacata, Who Shot the Barman, then Dukan and Patrick Aaron's last. The field really starting to bunch. Peripson's had enough of the 600 and Lord Fandango goes through on the fence. From Admiral Jello and Lasquetti Spirit, they really start to turn it up now, coming to the turn. Pulling out back to the inside. Sir Charles Road pinching plenty of ground. Auvray tracking up, so Cicada. And Who Shot the Barman and Patrick Aaron to the outside. Up the rise, Sir Charles Road takes the lead from Cicada. Here's the 9-year-old Who Shot the Barman. Is it his day today? Auvray next, and then came Patrick Aaron. It's Cicada, Sir Charles Road. Who Shot the Barman wide out. It's Cicada in front from Who Shot the Barman. Cicada, Who Shot the Barman. Auvray late. They're wide apart. They hit the line. It's a photo in the Sydney Cup. Cicada and Who Shot the Barman. Photo third, Auvray and Sir Charles Road. Then Lasquetti Spirit, Patrick Aaron. Further
the outside. Could the Barman have done it at his 5th go in a Sydney Cup? Could he have done it? Now there's Cicada. Here's the Barman's nose coming into frame. This will tell us. This will be accurate. Could be a dead heater. It could be the outside Who Shot the Barman.
I'm thinking that this is a better shot. This is a better shot.
He's done it. Yes. I reckon the Barman's got it.
Oh, that's close.
We're waiting on the photo. Photo shows Who Shot the Barman. Well, I reckon Chris Waller.
It was a beauty.
And he fell in this race last year.
Incredible horse.
What a comeback. Here is the winning rider, Blake.
If there's ever a horse that deserves to win a Sydney Cup, beaten narrowly in the last two. 9 years old, Bernie. Got a great group of owners that follow him around every year.
The Sydney Cup now, Who Shot the Barman, a 9-year-old winning the Group 1 Sydney Cup. Trying to find, I haven't got the list and how many older horses, perhaps older than 9, that have won Group 1s. Ray Thomas suggested it might have been Magistrate, who won a Perth Cup in the early 80s. There might have been 10.
He won the Auckland Cup in 2014. He ran 3rd in the Melbourne Cup that year. He ran 2nd in the Sydney Cup in 2015, 4th in the Sydney Cup in 2016, 5th in the Melbourne Cup in 2016, 2nd in the Sydney Cup in 2017, and here he is winning it in 2018. What an iron horse.
Stakes there was outstanding. And represents very good value here.
When we asked him what he'd do with the million, he started off by saying, look, I'll pay some debts and I'll invest and whatnot. But
well, you can watch it for free nowadays on the Tab app, of course. Let's have a look at what's happening for you on track for the...
Reef rolls to the front, and Daisy Doom from the outside draw got across to keep it company. Prompt Response and Silent Edition take cover. Aid Memoirs going forward on the outside. Dixie Blossoms caught 3 deep but getting cover now. There the filly Elise is third last but trying to improve. From Detur and Perfect Rhyme is the last one. Spanish Reef leads at the 500 metres from Daisy Doom and Aid Memoir. Then Prompt Response. Silence Edition tucked away between them. Further back to Dixie Blossoms. Eckstein and Abby Marie heads the rest into the straight. Spanish Reef comes off the fence. Prompt Response goes through. Running on now is Silence Edition on the outside of Daisy Doom. Then Dixie Blossoms, Oregon's Day and Eckstein up the fence. Prompt Response takes the lead, 150 out. Here's Elise coming down the outside. Elise going after Prompt Response, and Elise the filly goes on to win it. Elise beats Prompt Response. The rest into the straight. Spanish Reef comes off the fence. Prompt Response goes through. Running on now is Silence Edition on the outside of Daisy Doom. Then Dixie Blossoms, Oregon's Day and Eckstein up the fence. Prompt Response takes the lead, 150 out. Here's Elise coming down the outside. Elise going after Prompt Response, and Elise the filly goes on to win it. Elise beats Prompt Response. Heavens Above grabbed third in front of Oregon's Day and Abby Marie. Then Dixie Blossom quickly.
Elise back into the winners list with a Group 1, and that customary turn of foot was back again today at a mile, back from 2,000 metres.
Just goes so well for Glenn. He gets back on her, he presents her, and she has got a lethal sprint, and she put him away, winning by a big margin from the very, very brave. She's had a couple of runs at the Ramwick Mile now for a Flight Stakes win, and here she is, you know, beating the older mares in the Coolmore more legacy. Wow, the sky's the limit for a filly like her. What could she do? Could she win an Epsom? Could she win a Maya Classic? Yes. Why couldn't she? A total domination over some very...
Adela was first up and she won a Group 2 there, but look, I think she's one of the best fillies in the country. Her brother Astern was one of the best colts when he was racing at 3, and we've got a Brazen Bow little brother coming through the stables who are excited.
All-age stakes before we get into the yard with Duff and Lizzie.
Today, I'm not 100% convinced, and I'll take the chance today with Hartnell, that's proven himself at the course and distance in the past with a couple of wins and some pretty coming to Australia. So
2:35 Trapeze Artist. Two horse they've backed, Brave Smash and Hartnell. Hartnell very much so, 950 to 650.
Showtime held down the lead, steadies the speed by 3/4 to Le Romain. Trapeze Artist has got cover at the 800 on the outside of the Mission. 2 further back to Tom Melbourne, is racing on the inside of the 7-year-old Hartnell. Then came Brave Smash, it's somewhat. Murakeb and Satano Racing's last. 600 out, it's Showtime and Le Romain going along at a strong gallop in the lead. Trapeze Artist easing out 3 deep. Hartnell to the outside, wants to go with the favourite. The Mission goes along the fence, and Tom Melbourne's got a bit of traffic. Up the rise of the 300, Showtime is the leader. From Trapeze Artist being called upon, Le Romain is still there. Hartnell's trying to go with the leading trio. Down to the 200, Trapeze Artist moves up to Le Romain. Then Showtime and Hartnell. Le Romain's brave. Trapeze Artist lifting. Trapeze Artist goes to Le Romain. Oh, he leaps to another level today. Trapeze Artist wore down Le Romain to take out the all-age. Back in third, Showtime in front of the Mission and Hartnell. Then came Murakeb from Tom Melbourne.
Yeah, he's the real deal. A stud career put on hold, going on to win the all-age stakes, and now the Everest beckons later in the spring. That's what he's going to be set for. He's gone back-to-back with Group 1 wins. He adds the all-age to the TJ a couple of weeks ago, added to that a Golden Rose. Trapeze Artist beats Le Romain, and third home will be maybe Showtime on the inside from... What have they done? What is the time?
By 100th of a second, a track record.
A track record, 120.33, 100th inside, solicits track record, which was a Gerald Ryan galloper. It's a scale after winning another Group 1. He's been one of the stars of this autumn carnival here in Sydney.
We know that he's got, 3 big Group 1s now. He's beat the older horses on a couple of occasions. He sticks his head out. He has a go. He breaks the course record. What more can he do? What more can he do?
That decision, would you, as an owner, is the question, take the money or would you race him on?
As an owner, he goes straight to stud. 30, 40, 50 million, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you do your figures, you know. I don't know, what's he going to stand for? I don't know. Yeah, look, we'll leave that to Connections to do the deal, if there's a deal to be done. And if not, we're going to enjoy him for another season.
2 level, and of course Impending, top weight and favourite. Let's take a look at him because he looks sensational. He's got the best walk you'll ever see in a mounting yard on him.
270 Impending, Sapito at 350. I'm excited 5. Meaning to call the Victory Stakes at Doomben. Racing
Impending's half missed the start. He's come out about 4th or 5th, to 7 lengths off. Monsieur Gustavus just in front from Most Important. Peeling out Sapito, going to 3rd, length and a half. Impending on the outside of Jungle Edge. Next one on the outside there is Have a Say. Privlaka shuffle back to last as I'm excited to peel right towards the outside. Heads are turned for home. Monsieur Gustave, Most Important, Sapito. Impending can't get out, and down the outside as I'm excited. Monsieur Gustave, Most Important. Impending is out now. Sapito and I'm excited down the outside. Most Important, Impending off the run. Most Important, Impending. Impending's the 1-2 classy. Impending ahead to Most Important. 3rd, I'm excited. Followed by Monsieur Gustave, Privlaka. Impending, he's back number 1. Brilliant win. Damien Brown for James Cummings. Back his first run since November.
Numerous occasions, he is such a master of the patient ride, and he just ducked back.
For Key Lister, $7 catchy. Those two are the best back runners. Whispering Brook still has supporters at $8, and Secret Agenda, I thought it might be getting out to double figures, just turned back the other way. 10. Formalities 11, Dainty Test 12, Shoals 13, and a little bit of late.
They're running up towards the turn, and Miss Rock on the inside of It's Been a Battle. They're the joint leaders here. They lead by 2 to Quilista, Formality, True Excelsior, then Whispering Brook. Next the inside, Miss Gunpowder from Dainty Test, then Mystified, Legless Verve. Super Cash riding for luck near the inside. Coming deep was Shoals. They're in the straight. Miss Rock joined by It's Been a Battle. Formality deeper with True Excelsior. Looking for a run. Qualista and Shoals is letting go down the outside with a big run. Secret Agenda running on as well, but Shoals out wide. Moved up and ran to the lead here and burst away Shoals. From running to second, Secret Agenda. Micah Lil late, but Shoals wins effortlessly. Wins from Secret Agenda second. I think Micah Lil's run third. What a story it. Close up you had True Excelsior, Whispering Brook, Mystified not far away.
Absolutely superb, isn't she? I mean, there's only 3 horses in Australia before today have won 3 Group 1s this year. Trapeze Artist, Happy Clapper and Winks. This one now wins her 3rd Group 1. She had the setback after the surround. I think she's going to Royal Ascot. We'll double check Adam, we'll find out. This was dominating, wasn't it?
Was it ever? She's only had, it's had 10th start.
And how many she won?
3 Group 1. She's won 7 races.
And been second twice.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. I mean, 1,200 metres first up was going to be harder. I doubted whether...
Wow, look at this, Shoals. And she was absolutely brilliant here. She's off a setback, obviously. She'd had that problem with an injection that backfired or something, but she's back big time here after a session. They're talking Royal Ascot, so let's wait and see what their next decision with is. A secret.
Big one of the afternoon, the Doomben 10,000, and we're only about 90 seconds away. Betting stoush between Red Zell and In Her Time could well go out onto the track, and In Her Time's the one that you've identified, Brass.
Yeah, we've got her on top.
Here we go, racing now. Monsieur Gustave, most important. Burning Passion, the first 3. And there's Red Zell going forward quickly. English is handy. In Her Time, likewise. There remains out very wide. Passing Impending, and then Speethink on the outside last of all. Red Zell, 1 horse away from the rails, just in front from Le Romain, who's worked. Monsieur Gustave, most important. English, Burning Passion, In Her Time, Impending, and Hootsa swinging last at the 3:25. Red Zell just in front. Le Romain on the outside. In Her Time, most important. Monsieur Gustave, English, Impending down the outside. Red Zell just in front. Le Romain, English. Red Zell, Le Romain, English the inside. English, Le Romain late. Impending, English, Le Romain, Impending, English. English has won the 10,000 from Impending. Photo third, Le Romain. Red Zell from Care to Think, most important. Burning Passion. Tim Clark for Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. 880 and 250 on the totes. And Top Cat gets the mare home for Gain Adrian.
English, number 13, Tim Clark, and Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. A nice little $500 fine for Top Cat. He went up just before the post, beats Impending. Le Romain, Red Zell's run 4th.
It's probably been the key as well.
Over $3 million in prize money. What a great mare, and I think she was probably there at the start of your partnership with Gay.
Yeah, look, early on in my career at Gay's, I guess I was...
Yeah, geez, Impending was a lovely trial, wasn't it? He's just ticking along beautifully for another Stradbroke, isn't he? And
market, Red Zell. Just speaking to Kerrin McAvoy, Bernadette, he believes that Red Zell now needs a track with juice in it.
Weight, so I think he'll run well, but couldn't back him.
Super Cash.
Spot. I think he's at the best each way bet in the race, and Miss Rock is another one that maps perfectly. So
bullish about Voodoo Lad, but which one?
I'm going to, from the yard, there's 3 gallopers by Lope de Vega. I think Santa Ana Lane is the best looker here, just in front of her at Voodoo Lad. Certainly presented well, second up, and I think second up in Adelaide would take a...
Rock, Vega Magic going forward deeper now to be 4th. Overshare was even wider. Further back then to Voodoo Lad. It was on the inside there of Micah Lil. I'll have a bet. Stellar Collision drifts back now. Secret Agenda was back there with it. Then Vidora, she's well back with Nipperkin. Viridine, Santa Ana Lane. Then Handsome Thief, Lope DiCaprio, and Exalted Adam was last up to the turn in the Darley Goodwood. And on the inside, Thronum joined by Flamberge and deeper Vega Magic. Right behind them, Miss Rock with Super Cash. Ferrando back on the inside, then Overshare, and right to the outside goes Secret Agenda with Nipperkin. Flamberge led, Vega Magic after it, Super Cash squeezing between them, then Overshare. I'll have a bit running on with Still Frost, Vega Magic, Flamberge, Miss Rock was still there, Super Cash trying to squeeze through, Flamberge led, here's Santa Ana Lane, Santa Ana Lane through on the inside, Santa Ana Lane wins the Darley Goodwood. Then Overshare, and right to the outside goes Secret Agenda with Nipper Ken. Flamberge led. Vega Magic after it. Super Cash squeezing between them. Then Overshare. I'll have a bit running on with Still Frost. Vega Magic, Flamberge. Miss Rock was still there. Super Cash trying to squeeze through. Flamberge led. Here's Santa Lane. Santa Lane through on the inside. Santa Lane wins the Darley Goodwood. Beats Miss Rock second for the second consecutive year. I'll have a bit was third. Super Cash, not sure how much. Handsome Thief, Vega Magic. Next was Voodoo Lad. Behind it then was Overshare with Micah Lil. Nipper Ken. Vidora didn't come into it.
Gee, what a result. Ben Mellon, he's had a bit of luck in this race in the past, he sure has. And Santa Lane, the pick from the yard for Adam McGrath, has come with a steaming run to win the Goodwood, hasn't he?
Even pick his way through the field. What a good season Anthony Friedman's having with his horses. She had Scholes there last week winning the big Group 1, and this horse is he's been a horse that's always showed bits and pieces of brilliance, but you just got to time his preparation to the minute, and they certainly got that right yesterday. Miss Rock was much better ridden.
2, 9 and 4. They are moving out for the Group 1 Kingsford Smith Cup.
And they're out on the track there and arriving at the start point. We're going to try and squeeze in Sandown as we take it.
So 7 lengths off Le Romain, who's in the van by 3/4 of a length here from Monsieur Gustave. Third is Most Important. Fourth, the inside is English, and fifth out 3 wide creeping forward now is Endless Drama. A length and a half to Champagne Cuddles out 3 wide. Might have some cover with impending between it and Volpe Veloce over on the inside, and Care to Think is still last of all. Really tight and compact here. There's only 5 lengths first to last. Monsieur Gustave on the outside in company here with also Le Romain. Out 3 wide, looming up now is Endless Drama. Champagne Cuddles one from the outside. English is back nearer the inside, and Care to Think right down the outside from Impending. Le Romain's in front. Champagne Cuddles on the outside from Impending and Care to Think. Le Romain's in front. Impending coming through late. Champagne Cuddles on the outside. Le Romain, Impending. They go to the line. It's a photo. Le Romain, Impending. Third, Champagne Cuddles, I reckon, just ahead of English. Followed by Volpe Veloce. Care to Think time Impending is dying.
A finish. What a finish to the Kingsford Smith Cup, and here is Impending grabbing Le Romain, and it's Impending. He's won a Stradbroke, and he's won another Group 1 in Queensland, the Kingsford Smith Cup. He's Impending. Does he go out on a high? Is that it for him? Is he off the stud?
Oh, you was usually like, I'd probably think so now. He probably outweighted in the Stradbroke, but class, and not only class from the
one. Egg Tart number 7, Chris Waller, Leith Innes.
Yeah, little Glennie No Shoes was threatening to beat the bookie with this all morning. It'll be interesting to see if he goes.
Put her at the top of the list going on that last performance. 7, 2, 3, 4.
Caravelli over on the inside. Egg Tart is out 3 wide. She's still got probably 7 lengths to make up. She's past Tradesman. Man of his word, second last. Gallic Chieftain now last at the 400. On the inside, Mega Blast just in front. From on the outside, Smart As You Think. Egg Tart is going to third. She's running on strongly. They're clear them. From on the outside, Tradesman. It's Mega Blast, Smart As You Think. Claimed now by Egg Tart, and shortly afterward, the race favourite Egg Tart has burst clear. 2 lengths in front from Mega Blast. On the outside, Tradesman, Smart As You Think, but it's all Egg Tart, and Egg Tart is going to win by 3 lengths on the line. It's a photo second between Mega Blast and Tradesman, followed by Smart As You Think. Galaxy.
All right, it must be Christmas. You keep taking them on, we'll keep backing them, Munsey. Egg Tart one as easy as you like. It's 12 months all.
The Group 1s, all of them, the Doncasters, the Doomben Cups, and this was just her race to lose, but she was never going to lose it. She found her preferred going. She found hardly.
Back to 8. Santa Ana Lane, the Goodwood winner, is $11 into $10. Shillelagh is $13 out to $14. Rassel Selection is the top pick on the fixed at $4.80, $6 Impending, and Paras is next in line at $8.
Paras, a 3-year-old colts in front from Endless Drama. The Monstar third. Fourth is Champagne Cuddles. Fifth is Super Cash out 3 wide. Most Important, Santa Ana Lane, followed there by Voodoo Lad. Crack Me Up is over on the inside, and then Shillelagh, followed by Burning Passion. Care to Think towards the back of the field. A length and a half to Invincible Gem. Second last, Spieth, and Fox Players last Last of all, Impending is back on the ruck. He's about 8th at the 4.25. On the inside, Perez just in front. Endless Drama. Super Cash going to 3rd. Champagne Cuddles looking for the way clear. Santa Ana Lane is over on the inside and Crack Me Up down the outside. Perez, Endless Drama. Champagne Cuddles. The inside, Santa Ana Lane coming through. Santa Ana Lane's hit the front from Perez. Champagne Cuddles. Super Cash. Crack Me Up. Santa Ana Lane for the Stradbroke. Santa Ana Lane by 2 lengths. Super Cash second. Photo 3rd. Champagne Cuddles prominent. Paraston Crack Me Up there, followed by Shillelagh. Impending, most important, followed by Spieth. And Vincent. Santa Ana Lane has won the Stradbroke. Number 2, Ben Melham for Anthony Friedman, defeating Super Cash, and Champagne Cuddles will be 3rd. But
what he did in the Goodwood handicap. So a horse in fine form, putting 2. Well, that's his 3rd career Group 1. So he's really come of age, this sprinter. Super.
And we just chat. Sam here with me, and we're just chatting away. The first horse to complete the Goodwood Stradbroke double in history.
Yeah. No, look.
Second of our Group 1s is next. 3.5 minutes away from the JJ Adkins Plate over the mile for the 2-year-olds. And on track, the Autumn Sun is going for a bit of a drift, as Quinny suggested it was easier.
Wides with us some cover. Just in behind those, Sizzling Ace over on the inside from Plumaro. The Autumn Sun, Miss Sarah, followed there by just in behind those, Pepe La Few. Lee Me Machine, Caesar second last, and Homemade 2.5 lengths away at the 350 in front. Boom Sarah, 2.5 lengths clear. Grim Reaper on the inside, coming quickly, going into second. Also Zeus down the outside, the Autumn Sun down the outside as well, and also Fundamentalist coming through. Fundamentalist Zeusane, the Autumn Sun and Zeusane the inside, the Autumn Sun stretches and wins. The Autumn Sun ahead to Zeusane. Photo 3rd, Fundamentalist and Caesar, followed by Grim Reaper, Plumaro.
Well, what have we unearthed here? Unbeaten. 3 starts, 3 wins, and at its 3rd start, the Autumn Sun gets a Group 1 on the board, beats Zeusane.
Wet track. He gets to a mile, but still puts them away and puts them away with style. He just looks a horse that's all quality, weight for age class in time. There's no doubt about it.
The leader.
Yeah.
So he didn't cross.
Yeah,
But anyway,
and barriers were important.
Nature Strip yesterday. Didn't this horse bounce back?
Strip at the 220 in front by 2 lengths. Now almost 3 lengths. I Am Someone as the favourite extends. Then El Magnificence, but it's all Nature Strip. It accelerates inside the 100 metres and is going to come clear here for Damien Lane. Impressive with the 60.5 bolts in by 5 lengths. I Am Someone, 3rd Double Jeopardy, followed by Order of Command.
This horse bounced back.
He's always been an X-factor horse, and you know we're still waiting for him to tick off that 1200 metre box. But this is a pretty good win. Look, this track was in the soft range yesterday. It's an 1100 metre race, obviously down the straight. He travelled, he pricked his ears, he cruised in the run, and look at him sprint home here. He's 0.11 outside the course record at Flemington on a winter track. You've got to stand up and take notice of this horse. He's always had that big boom on him, and obviously we're just waiting him. If he wins a 1200 metre race, I must say he'd have to get a slot. He'd have to get a slot.
Wonder who.
Someone will like that horse.
Oh, we're building up here to the big race, the Group 1 Diamond Jubilee. Harry Angel $4, Red Kurt Warrior $4, $4.20 Merchant Navy, and a late rally on the Tin Man down to $7. A good cheer on the Australians. Certainly counting Merchant Navy still as an Australian. He's only had the 1 run for Aidan O'Brien. We've got Red Kirk Warrior, of course, for Hayes and Dabenig.
And getting excited in the gate, Harry Angel panicking a bit. Angry can't do it. Then the Tin Man and Sir Dancelot, they're inside the final furlong. Bound for Nowhere is hanging into Merchant Navy, but Merchant Navy beginning to get up. City Light with a late run for France. Merchant Navy on the near side of City Light. They race up towards the line. Merchant Navy, City Light on the far side, mate, just have got it. City Light, Merchant Navy in a photo. Merchant Navy on the near side, City Light far side. Then Bound for Nowhere.
Drama from the start, drama inside the final couple of furlongs, and drama at the finish. He had it all. And the cameraman is focusing in on the Australian. City Light got the perfect run. He has been such... Applause is going to Merchant Navy. And I think Merchant Navy has got this. Yes, on the evidence of that, it does look like Merchant Navy on the near side has got it from City. But it's the Australian Merchant Navy, and we must take a moment here as well to pay tribute to his previous trainer, Kieran Maher and Aaron Purcell, because they did such a marvellous job with this.
Links in front of the field on Nature Strip. Let's see what you've got. Order of Command making some ground towards the inside. Egyptian Bullets coming through, but Nature Strip. This is all we came to see. He's put 4 lengths on them. Egyptian Bullet goes to second. Order of Command trying to make up ground, but it's Nature Strip. Still clear and holding them at bay, and he does what he needs to do. Nature Strip by 2 lengths on Order of Command. Egyptian in front of the field on Nature Strip. Let's see what you've got. Order of Command making some ground towards the inside. Egyptian Bullets coming through, but Nature Strip. This is all we came to see. He's put 4 lengths on them. Egyptian Bullet goes to second. Order of Command trying to make up ground, but it's Nature Strip. Still clear and holding them at bay, and he does what he needs to do. Nature Strip by 2 lengths on Order of Command. Egyptian